Yo, what's up, everybody? It is your multimedia specialist, Bernard Fields, and welcome to my show where we tackle today's tips, topics, and techniques for you, the designer. So, today we're not going to be tackling necessarily any topics, maybe a few tricks, but today we're going to be creating a poster, something that I've done like a year ago in this series where it was like a lot of injustice going on towards a lot of African American people, in which they were losing their lives to the justice system. I'll say that as a whole, and things weren't right. Things didn't settle, and so my mind went creative, in creative mode, and I was like, let me create some posters. So that's what I'm doing right now. I am creating some posters. So let's go ahead and let's share my screen. I'm going to share my entire screen here. I know it's probably going to look a little weird. What you're seeing right there is, I do like watch a lot of tutorials and stuff like that, but that's my Twitch. But anyways, this is something, what it's going to kind of look like, in which there's going to be a majority red background. And then we have these accents of yellow, and then we have white. The white represents kind of like, not in a racist way, I'm saying it's white justice or anything, but it's just to represent like the injustice and the root of it. So we have these two guns here, which kind of represents the two police officers that had killed Crawford and Beaver Creek. Let me see if I can open up another one here. Let's see. Let me see. That's the Beaver Creek one. Let's look at. We got the Ferguson one open already. Let's look at this one. It's Trayvon. I am Trayvon. Opening up that one. And normally, what I do is I start my posters off here in Illustrator. Okay, so here's that piece. And again, starting off with this deep red background, that's what really sets this off, because red is like a state of emergency. It puts people in a state of shock. And that's the whole point and purpose of the pieces, is that they serve a purpose, like, you know, as far as the colors, like the red is emergencies, also the blood that has been spilt, lost. The gold, that's of course, like that's the highlight. But again, where you have this white, that's where the root of the problem resides. So we have Sandra Bland. And what I normally do is I think about what happened, how this person died, where did they die? And I try to articulate it in a very creative way. So let's go look at Sandra Bland here. Okay, let's see. I could close this out because I'm not interested in that anymore. All right, cool. So Sandra Bland. I started doing a little bit of research. I started looking at images. And it really is sad to see that, you know, this beautiful person lost her life in custody, you know. So again, I'm looking for images that speaks volumes. And what I'm thinking about, the route that I'm thinking about going, is that she, of course, she died. Let's see, in the news, she died because she was found hanging in her jail cell. So in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, okay, what does that, you know, what does that look like? What does a noose, the typical noose, look like? So I go and I get those images, and I'm like, oh, that looks like a teardrop. So I think that's the route that I'm going to go. I'm going to go and have a teardrop be an actual noose. And how do you do that artistically? For myself, I normally just go and I just grab images in this case, and I manipulate them. I mean, I could draw them out, but that would take a long time. So I'm copying the image here, and then I come back. First of all, let's just duplicate this real quick, or do a save as, save a copy. Yeah, we're gonna save a copy. Now I don't know where her case, where it went down at, but let's see, let's go find out so I can name it properly. This was in Texas? What part of Texas? In Waller County. Okay, so this is going to be entitled Waller. Right? And then we save it. All that good stuff. Okay, I have a comment here, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's see what the comment says here. Okay, the goal of every artist is to reflect the times. Don't apologize. Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Barrymore Allen Moton. I believe I pronounced your last name correctly. I hope I did. Yeah, it is true what you're saying, that, you know, you should not have to apologize, and I don't apologize. I don't know if anybody is even watching, but that's okay if they are not. Completely okay if they're not. It's just getting a lot of feedback, a lot of love. There's a lot of people that's just like, wow, you know, this is amazing, powerful pieces here in the Black Artists Connected group. Okay, so coming back here, did I don't think I actually went through and said, no, I don't think I did. Let me see, save a copy. Did I save a copy? It should have been Waller. Okay. Waller. Oh, it's in there. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Let me go ahead and open it up then. Cool. All right. And then what I do is start pulling these pieces away. I know that the black is going to be black, so we're going to delete that. Had a thumb here. That stays the same. We get rid of this. We get rid of that, and we get rid of that. We get rid of shadows. Yeah, we get rid of shadows too. All right. The only thing that appears to change is the way that the light is on. Is red as far as the gradient, way that the gradient is operating. So I'm going to stretch this out a little bit more, and I'm trying to think of a creative way to tell Sandra's story. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and paste that noose in. The noose came in nice and big. I like that. I like the fact that it came in big like that. All right, and we're going to go with tracing this, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this be the tear that's coming out of her eye. So it's going to be a close-up. I'm thinking about having it be a close-up of her face, perhaps. Let's see, silhouette. Let me see, low fidelity. Taking the pixels and breaking them down. Mm-hmm. 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 All right, cool. And then we expand that joint like that. Let me just get rid of the white here, get rid of that. Let me get rid of the background. And then that leaves us with this white. Already looking good. Now, I don't know how this is going to necessarily work, but I'm sure that it will. I'm sure that it will. So let's see here. Let's pull this down. Let's focus on this top piece. All right, so I can delete that. We're just going to just duplicate this a few times. Actually, hold on. Make sure that, okay, yeah, it's just that. Okay, cool. And then we just raise that up some. Boom. And raise that up some more. Pow, like that. We don't make it too perfect. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good. All right, so we have the noose. I got the noose. All right. And then for it to come out of her eye. Okay, normally I have like the black, black kind of like being the, not as the dominant. And I normally also have it playing off of shadows too. And I also kind of try to have the whole body in there. This is almost kind of a toughie one. Because it draws, this one is kind of different because it's pulling away from having the whole body. But if let's say I had, let's say, let's go back to looking at pictures of Sandra Bland here. Okay, because like when I see that picture, I see the noose, the noose coming down her face, her out of the corner of her eye, like this, and down her cheek, which would give us half of her head. And it would be like subtle. I mean, like that, her face would actually be like the shadow and everything else. So let's see how are we gonna do this? Let's go ahead and go with this image, copy image, and let me go in and create a new, drop that in. Okay, and then we're going to attempt to trace her face here. Now I have a pen tool, digital pen. I'm not going to sit here and claim to be like the best illustrator when it comes to using a pen tool. I'm actually quite average. I'm more of like a composite type of designer. So let's see what happens. So my approach Could be like, I'll just go ahead and use the pen tool and trace around her face and see about getting her hair too. And then just having like her eye be open. That's a good question. Well, because all the other ones were just black, they were silhouettes, and I'm thinking maybe just having just a red eye, perhaps, and then have just go down her cheek and just focus on just tracing the outline of who she is. So let's see. Let's give that a shot. Okay, let's see this back up. Let's see, undo that. Like I said, I'm not an expert with the pen tool, but I do just enough to get by. Matter of fact, there we go. Let's see. Let's see, undo that. Trying to get the kinkiness of her hair. Trying to here at least try. So again, I am not no expert when it comes to the pen tool. By far, as you can see, I'm like struggling here with the pen tool. But I mean, practice makes perfect. I mean, with anything that you do, I mean, the only thing that you can do is practice. And this is me practicing. It's like practicing by doing. I don't know if that's backwards or not, but some people may be like, man, that's just completely backwards. Like you should just you should practice with the pen tool outside of a project, not while you're trying to complete a project. Hey, each his own. For me, this is what I like to do. I like to just do it as I need it. And I'm only doing half of her head. I'm not doing like the whole thing. Let's see, let's go down. Let's see. I think that might just do it. And if not, we can always make an adjustment. And you know what? I'm like, whoops. Let's go ahead and add. You know what? No. Let's take away this little piece. Whoops. Let me see. Into. All right. Let's give it another shot. The pen tool here. Yep. There we go. I think that that's cool. All right, let's see. I got a comment here. Let's go check out what the people are saying, if anything. Yeah. Let me see. May I share this? Of course, you'll be tagged as a credit. Sure thing. Sure thing. Go right ahead. Right. So going back over here to Sandra Bland here. All right. Now I'm going to do her eye. Okay. Now this, you have to get it right. Okay, so again, like I said, I am no like expert when it comes to using the pen tool at all. I mean, it's kind of sad. I've been dealing with Illustrator for a number of years, and I still haven't mastered it yet. I think I'm gonna pull that just a pinch in, just so it's not too sharp, like that. Okay, I think I'm going in the right direction. I hope I'm going in the right direction. Um, let's see here. Let's go and move this up a little bit. Let's go here. What was it? In. Let's just draw on this a little bit. This is the kind of like to help pull in parts that don't fit otherwise or hard to get because I'm not good with the pen tool. Whoops. There we go. Cool. I think this is it. I hope this is it. I hope this is it. So the best way to figure out to see if this is it is to take the eye, flip it. Let's make this just red for now, or orange, red. And let's take this, let's flip that. Let's make this black. Black. And then have, and it looks so freaking evil. Like that. It's like all evil and stuff. But again, this is all part of trying to figure this baby out. Trying to get it just right. Let me see. Let's go ahead. Let's copy this. Go back over here. And let's go ahead and paste it. Let's see. Paste that. Yeah, that black is not black, actually. This one needs to be blacker than black. Whoops. Yikes. Yeah, I'm not, again, I'm not like that well versed in Illustrator when it comes to some of these tools. Like I really am not. Okay, let's go ahead and throw this down here. I like the way that looks. I like the way that is turning out. Now this piece, this part is not right. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead. I like that background here. Let's just move all this over like that. And get rid of this bowing here. I don't know why it's bowing out like that, but it's bowing out. Oh yeah, because of this piece. All right, I think that did it. That eliminated it. All right, composition portion. All right, maybe I need to have it up higher. Whoops. Yeah, up higher, and then have. Oh, no. Yeah. A little higher like this, and then have this be like that. Or I should do a side profile. Maybe a side profile of her, because you could kind of tell like that's her hair, but not really, unless you're following the case. And I think I want to pull this out even more. So let's do this. Let's put this back the way we had it before. And let's see. Well, I don't necessarily have to do that. I can just pull this over like this. Because I was thinking about her other eye. And I'm like, okay, well, I can eyeball it, no pun intended. And I can do it like that, and then use my tool here to bring out her shoulder some more. And then her hair, I can just create what I would think what her hair would do. Because I could just pull this over like this. Hold on, matter of fact. And then I can add more kinks. And then shrink that down perhaps. So like that's the basic idea. That's the concept that I have. Now looking at it, I'm thinking to myself, okay, what if I had a side silhouette of her? And there's no, to my knowledge, no pictures of any like side view of her face. But huh. But if I don't know, and again, guys, like I'm thinking and trying to play this thing out. Even when it comes to like the whole what's the saying, like what's the catchphrase, like what's the catchphrase with this thing? Um, like of course the I can't breathe, I am Trayvon, it's not real, hands up, don't shoot. Those were like really dominant, um, dominant sayings, and I'm thinking, okay, well, let's go to Twitter and see what sayings were surrounding her situation. So going to Twitter here, and let's see, I got some notifications here. Okay, cool. All right, Sandra Bland. Were there any type of sayings? Like I know people say I am Sandra Bland, like that whole thing, but what was her thing? I honestly, I really don't know what happened to Sandra Bland. That's a good one. And we can just say what happened. Because the other ones that had like my other posters had like some type of relation with the title. Like if it was like a title sequence. Like the gun hole that represented that. It's not real. Well, that didn't have really any significant relation, but of course the halo was of course above the guy's head was that of Walmart. That was pretty cool. So looking at Sandra Bland's, trying to think and think of how what happened. And in fact, let me change this up here. Let's call this Bland versus Waller. A Bernard Hills joint. Get the top down here, 16. All right, so sorry if this is boring to you, but this is very important. Like I have the basic layout here. Like that without a doubt, that's established. Could it be a little bit more creative? I would think so. I'm like, okay, what can really sell like with the noose? Like the noose has to be in there some way. And I thought maybe even with this, have it being like I don't know, maybe like the form of a question mark. Like taking part of that, taking some of the knots out, I guess you would say, the ropes or whatever. Like maybe this one would be gone and this one would be gone. and then taking that out, you know, like, would that be okay? Um, It's a good one. Because it seemed like it wasn't a lot of drama around it. Like hers was a mystery. And I'm thinking the noose being the form of the question mark would be appropriate. Would definitely be appropriate. Let me see here. Do 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 do. Let's see. Where did I have that at? I'm trying to find the link. Pardon me. See if I have any people watching. Because you just never know, right? You never know. Yeah, this group has a lot of talent in it. A lot of good talent. I'm like, oh my freaking gosh, you people are redunculous. Redunculous. I mean, to the point to where I'm like, man, I need to get back into like my hand drawing. Like that's what I used to be good at, with a lot of hand drawing. A ton of hand drawing. Let me see this. I'm getting text messages and stuff like that. Okay. Boo 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 boo. Yep. So, all right. Oh, I can't find it. Oh well, doesn't matter. Let's get back to this baby here. Make this a little bigger. And what if I took and I shaped this like, what do you call it? Warp? Would it be warp? Probably warp. Okay. If I can just find out where warp is, if I can remember where warp is. I've been in like so many different programs. But I almost don't even know if I'm coming or going. Maybe that's a good thing. There you go. Envelope the store. Make warp. Nope. Don't want to do it like that. Let me see. Cancel. Is it envelope warp, or we want to? I know it's another one that's in here. It allows you to be able to add, make with mesh. Yeah, there it is. There it is. And I get to add how many. I want to warp this with. Man, well, that's probably not the best route to go. I mean, the ultimate best route would be is to create, turn this into a brush, and then bend it. Like that's probably the best thing to do is to bend it. So, oh no, again, still toying with it. Looking at all these pieces, looking at these elements, even as I create, it's like it has a life of its own, but then again, it doesn't. And so it's like, what is it doing? What is this thing doing? What is it trying to tell me? And I feel like saying, hey, stretch these out into more of a tier. Let's see. Let me turn this into a brush. Go into my brushes. Woo! Create. See, is it gonna be an art brush or a calligraphy brush? It's gonna be an art brush. And I should have had this done in black. Because I can't see it. And that sucks. That ultimately sucks. Well, let's do this then. Cancel. Pull this over here. Make this black. And let's try it again. Art brush. All right, there we go. Good. Scale proportionally. Stretch between these guides. I want to stretch it. Stretch it. I could do it that way. See what happens. All right, so I got my new brush here. Whoops. I'll do that. I got my pencil. Stroke. This is what I want. And it's kind of doing what I want it to do. Kind of. Kind of doing what I want it to do. All right. And then, of course, you can make that white. Well, first of all, let me go back in here. Color method. I guess tints. There we go. Yep. There it is. Say apply to strokes. Boom. Okay, so like that's kind of what we want to have happen. I don't need this anymore. Erase that. So let's just say delete over here, and it starts off at our eye, goes down, and it's like that. And that's almost about right, accurate almost. Let me see, let me grab this and move this off to the side so I can see a little better and back out. I almost feel like it needs a few more nooses in there. But let me see, let me try something else out. But if I was like, whoops. Okay. See, it was a little short one. See, when it's short, it's all messed up like that. That's why I just wanted to see if that was the case. All right. I could take this down some. Do it like that. And more down some more like this. Because what I want to have happen is like, I want to formulate a tear, like a teardrop. Kind of get thin, like get skinny. Let's try if I warp it. Warp. No, not that one. No. And the reason why I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to pinch the top. To where it looks like it's a teardrop. And then it goes into the noose. Like, is that it? Is that it? Make it a little thinner. I think so. I think maybe that may be it. Let's see, that's like that. And then have let me see, pull this over here. Because I'm going to rasterize this. Or I should say expand appearance. And I guess expand again. Yep. All right. And then I'm going to delete some of these. Shh. That's my sister's dogs in the background. Let me see if that makes any sense. Yeah. And then I can manipulate these into some drops. I'm guessing. Like teardrops. Whoops. And then have this one right here. Curve it. And then this one here. curve it again. Well, let me see, hold on. Let's do it again. It's try it again. Now we're gonna do it with this one. Yeah, I think that might be it. Still not sure yet about this one. Maybe I should just put a little bit more of a gap. This one here, like just, yep. Yeah, I think that is. I want to say that's it. I don't know. Maybe I should have had. Maybe I should make that a little longer, a little strain, a little bit longer, because I don't think it would break like that necessarily. So again, with my genius pen tool power, I am just, there you go. Yeah. And then I'm thinking maybe this piece right here, this will be the last one that has that connecting look. Between the teardrop and the noose. Yeah, I think that helps sells it. Or at least I hope it does. And if it doesn't, hey. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Now about the gold piece. Now with the gold, you have something that's relatable, um, and that is within the title. Sometimes, like in this one, this was the first one I did. It didn't relate to anything. With the picture, it was like the white represented the bullet holes and the injustice. Uh, how this all ties in with this, um, I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's go back and let's look at some of the images here. Let's see what's going on with my notifications. All right, so see, she wasn't like a mug shot with her. Whoops. See. It wasn't like a mug shot. But I feel like that it has something to do with the gel. Like there should be bars in the background, maybe. I don't know. I just feel like there should be like some bars of some sort. And then I'm also thinking, I don't know, like it's missing the element of the gradient too. What I might do is have, let me see, going back to looking at this picture of her shirt, how I kind of went around, down and around. I may just even have that happen where let's see. I just wanted just drawing it. Where it just kind of comes down like that. Something like that. And then I still haven't mastered this shape builder tool yet. Hold on. What in the world? Hold on. Yeah, like I said, I have not mastered this thing at all. I need to just sit down and just like learn it. And whoops. Wow. I mean, I've heard people say like, "Oh yeah, this is so much easier," and I'm like, "How is that so much easier? Like, I'm not getting it. Somebody help me." Gee whiz. All right, so let's do it like this. Let's first of all, I think that's cool. Yeah, we'll do it like that. We'll do that. Okay. If I delete that, then that's gone. So that leaves me with, let me just grab this copy. I love doing like copy paste and stuff, and allows me to be able to see in the group and grab that, and that will play as her shirt. Do the whole thing of her yeah, we're gonna put that down here like this, and we're gonna blow it out real big, and then whoops. See what that looks like. Oh, almost. Not quite. Not quite. Oh yeah, in her other eye. Other eye. See, I know it's probably. This is what I'll do to help save some time. I'll do it like that. Copy, so I know where her other eye would probably be. Cool. And I'll just take and delete that one. And then this one, I will go ahead and delete like that. And then I will take this and I'll push it back. And I'm wondering if I should do her lips. I don't know if I should do her lips or not. But anyways, that's pretty much like that piece. And then I would add I would add her text. Again, I like this piece, this question mark. And this will be a calligraphy, not calligraphy brush, a regular brush. Now a scatter brush, this will be an art. Well, first of all, let me turn this black. Art brush, art brush. Let's change the direction. No, actually, that's right. And scale between here and here. All right, and tints and shades. Cool. Now let's go ahead and just draw a question mark and apply that to it. Now I don't know why. Whoops. Try it again. All right, so let's say that this has to be, I'm imagining you have to make this much bigger in order for it to work. I'm guessing. And then maybe shrink this down just enough. Maybe I don't need to arc that up. Maybe I can just, let me see, undo. Let me delete this top piece. Yeah, I think that's looking more like it. Whoops. Or maybe it's just, I don't know. Let's see, let's delete that. Or maybe the top piece, let's see, should be straight, right? And let's go back to our brushes because it's already curving. I'm seeing that I'm adding too much curve. I'm adding a curve on top of a curve. That's what the problem is. So let's go back to brushes. Okay, so we have that. The problem is because as soon as you curve it, then it gets crushed. Um, let's make this a little bigger. Let's go 1.5. Whoops. 1.5. 1.5. Or just one. Trying to get that question mark. But then again, I'm looking at this one and I'm like, you know what? That's okay. Like it looks okay. I just was thinking perhaps maybe, well, just perhaps. Hmm. I think that may be it. That may be it. And then of course we'll just turn this white. White. That didn't work right. So let's see. Let's go back in here to our brushes and see what happened. Tint. That's why. Flat stroke. And so we take this piece and we put it here. And we size it. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. So what happened? Okay. All right. I still almost kind of feel like that it's missing something. It feels like, but let's see what happens if I warp it. Make it to a warp flag. Hmm. Uh, okay. That's starting to look a little better. Yeah. More bend. So let's do some before and after. Let's look at it. Before and after. Um. mm, I may even just make this bigger too, because it needs to be big. It needs to be like, like that looming, what happened type of a question mark. Like, what really happened? Um, and that's what that's more like it. Mm. And then finding uh, a font, a gold font that would go with this. Mm. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's find a font. So I put my pen tool down. I'm gonna go ahead and see what these people are saying here on Facebook. Oh Lord, let's see. Um, okay. Yes, thank you, Brian Wallace. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, wow, 36 shares. Wow, it's amazing. Powerful, powerful pieces. Um, and I thank you, everybody. Thank you for sharing. Um, it means a lot. It really, really does. It means a whole lot to me. Um, very, very humbling. Very humbling. So again, looking for the best font. Looking for the best font here. Something that kind of looks like that's it. Like it just speaks to you. You're like, that's the one. Let me what do you call that? Enable enable those fonts. And let's see what happens. Yeah, and I'm looking at this and I'm still feeling like, oh, there's so much more to this, to explore. And I know that it is a lot more to this piece than what I'm seeing. Let me see, align to artboard, align artboard, and here we go. Cool. I know I got shifted somewhere. Why did I get shifted? Anyways, lock that layer up. All right, now let's take a look at it. The teardrop forming into a noose. That's a good one. The question mark over here, still kind of like, I don't know about it, but hey, we're going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. We want custom. What really happened? What really happened? That's the question. And now we just go through and we find a font that speaks to it has to speak. It has to be like, man, like it just goes perfectly with this question mark. Like it almost has to look like rope. I don't even know if I even have that font, that type of a font. Something that would just when you see it, you're like, oh crap, like that's it, like that's what happened. And you're trying to find the perfect font. I like that Amatic. That Amatic has a nice feel to it. Let's try that Amatic. What really happened? Amatic. Bold. Let's make it large. And of course, the color. That's one thing I don't like about this. Because it doesn't really allow you to do like the color picker. Like I don't get that. Like why they make it so difficult for you to pick a color. And it's like, I just want that color. Like you gotta do a copy paste. I mean, it sucks. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Gotta do what you gotta do. So, yeah, let me see. Cut that away. And we want to duplicate this. I'm gonna make this big, like that. Something like that. Maybe even do the same thing with the word really. Bring that over. Paste that in. And then make it small. See, I kind of almost like it like that too. It's like, oh man, that's so strong. But it can't overlap. Let me look at the other ones. Like they overlap here. And I like the fact that it has that big white, but this one is missing that. It's like it's missing that factor. And I don't know how to necessarily capture that. Or if I made this smaller, it would lose. Will it lose that? I mean, it kind of looks good like that. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens when I make it bigger. Huh. Like it's almost there. Almost there. Like the noose, I'm not too happy with the top part of this noose here. And the reason why, because it's almost curving too much. Whoops. we go. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. Allows me to be able to pinch. That. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's much, 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 mucho better. Mucho better. And also, I'm thinking about possibly uh, taking this noose here and curving the edge just at the top. See, rasterize, or should I say expand. Cool. All right, back to the pen tool. Back to the pen tool, and we're going to curve this. There it is. I think that's it. Let me save this here. Okay. I wonder if I make this bigger. And drop it down some. Yeah. And I almost feel like this needs to be smaller. Like a pinch smaller. Okay, let's see. How does that look? Let's take this now, all of it, and just copy it. Go to Photoshop now. And now in Photoshop, what I do is I take and let's do it in, I like the Trayvon Martin one. Trayvon Martin poster. Okay. All right. So we're going to duplicate. I should say do a save as rather. We're going to call this Waller. And then we're going to change the name of this to Waller. All right. I'm going to save it. Then I'll go down to stat and delete that. And I'm going to paste in the smart object. Hit enter, take this and just drop it down below here. And I also see that I have to expand this out. like that. And I think that that's decent. You know, I think it is decent. I think it's decent. Now, the thing is, now I save that and my generate assets are on. Now I can go in and I can manipulate this and it will update in quote unquote real time. And I like that better. I like that with a little bit, it's a little bigger. Coming back here and it automatically updates. Save. And the more I look at it, the more I'm like, oh man, like this could really be even better. This could be better. All right, let's see. What really happened? I like it. I like it. Because what I'm thinking about is like, what if I had put some lines in the actual text itself, like erased some lines in it? What would that look like? So, how would you accomplish that? One may ask. Well, what you do is, say you would go in here and you would expand that, zoom in, and then with your eraser tool, where's my eraser tool at? E. Nope. Nope. Path eraser tool. No, I don't think that's it. No. No, maybe it is a path eraser tool. Again, like I don't normally use this type of stuff. Oh snap. Nope. Um let's see. Eraser tool. No. Because I have an eraser on here. I could do that, but I want to actually go in and I'm going to go in and actually, there it is, Shift E. Let's go with pressure and pressure. Okay, so kind of like that. Kind of like that. And the question is now, it's like, okay, well, what if you do something that you don't like? You can always undo it. You can always go back and simply undo. So hope that answers anybody's question out there who had an invisible question like, what do you do if you come across this problem? Yeah. What do you do? Uh-huh. Yep. I'm just going through and just randomly, just kind of picking what I want to be erased and what I want to stay. Right? All right. Moving along here, moving along. Yeah, buddy. And just kind of going along with the curve. With what I believe works. Just kind of just going with the flow. Yep. Yeah. This is turning out decent. This last one. Last stretch, guys. Cool. And then what you do is you just save it. And you go back to your Photoshop. And then there it is. Just like that. And I think it turned out good. I like it. I like it. So now just take this and show it off in the group. I thank you guys for watching. Stop this, stop sharing. Woo, woo. Yeah, that was really interesting. That was kind of like the workflow process of how I designed the previous 4 posters. This is the 5th edition. I'm thinking about Tamir Rice right now and how I can incorporate a gazebo a renegade cop, kind of like rolling up on him, shooting him in cold blood. How would that look? And I'm hoping that it would be soon that I create this and that you guys will tune in for that show. So until next time, guys, just remember to always put forth your best. Follow me on Twitter, just at Bernard Fields. You can also find me on Facebook, Bernard S. Fields. I'm also on Instagram at Nuncio78. I believe I'm going to change that real shortly to Bernard S. Fields too, so that I can be easily found. Yeah. Nuncio78 is old hip hop name that I had from back in the day when I used to do hip hop music. So yeah, again, thank you guys for showing up, tuning in, watching, all that good stuff. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I'll do the best to respond as soon as possible. And until next time, remember, like I say, always put forth your best. Peace.